Okay, everybody, this is the update we've all been waiting for. This is the Football Manager ESEX adventure. We're going to get things up and running for everybody. This is our manager right here. He has been created with a photo of myself. I think he looks pretty uncanny. Color scheme chosen by myself as well. We're going to get right in. All I'm going to do in this video is explain why it took so long. Basically, I suck. And give a little showcase of each player in order of who completed the online form first. So the reason it took so long is because the testing phase, I expected to do one test, check if people found a club, and then just play. Instead, what kept happening is a multitude of things, including people getting continuously injured because I accidentally set injury proneness to the highest value possible in the editor by mistake. There were other moments where people just weren't finding clubs and deciding to retire at the prime age of 19. There were other moments where people thought they were too good and wouldn't accept an offer from a club, and 6 years in, hadn't bothered to move from where they originally were, unemployed. So kind of working with these obstacles was annoying, but we got there in the end. So here is our manager. I've called him Malasala Zimbabwe. Felt fitting, not sure why. But we're going to get right into the shortlist. We have 17 players to run through, starting with Georgie. So here's Georgie. He's gone for a striker. Good use of stats. He should be decent. He's currently contracted to the richest club in the world, playing for their under-19s. We'll move on to the least creative name in the save. We've got Sasha, who unfortunately does not have any pictures below the age of 20, I'm going to guess 4 here. Cunt. So we've got him as a right winger. He's currently been contracted to Liverpool. They're under 23s. We'll see if he gets any games at all. Moving forward, we've got Jamie, who has called himself Goat, contracted to a Portuguese club, sunning himself up something wicked. We'll move down on towards Jason, or Joseph Jables, as he is here, Ugandan. Very important. He'll get, he knows the way, as it were. The only reason he chose that nationality, I presume. Got him down as a central defender and a right winger. Moving swiftly along. Man, we're 1 month into the save file and we already have somebody on international duty with their country. So Keith, despite the fact he's played one reserve game for his club, Wuhan in China, he's already been called up for his national team of Bangladesh. He's a short fucker and a thin fucker. Moving forward, we've got Luke. I wish there was a way to organize these properly. Oh, look at him. Left winger, striker, contracted to Torino. He's Gibraltarian. Don't think that's a real thing, but we'll see. Luke's stats are all lower than everybody else's. Not sure why. No bias here, I promise. Moving on to me. I've joined Celtic. I'm available for loan. I'm American Samoan. I was hoping to look kind of a little bit more like The Rock or, the guy from Moana, but it just wasn't to be. We've got John up next. He has chosen the name Botson. Classic Swedish family, as I imagine. He's joined Cheltenham. He's already playing games. John is the only one so far to actually be playing league games for his club. He's chosen right back. He's chosen right back with a left foot. I'll leave you to it, John. We've got Sherlock up next. He's here somewhere, I promise. I haven't forgotten anybody. There he is. Speedy Gonzalez. He's also joined Celtic. So he is from Azerbaijan. He's fucking tiny. I don't know. We'll see how all these go. I have no faith in any of us to achieve anything. We've got Owen up next. He's chosen French. He's contracted to Preston North End, but he's currently on loan at, I have no clue, SAS Epinal. Sure thing. He's already played 2 games in the league. We'll have to see how these things go. There's nothing really to work with at the moment. This is just a base overview of everybody. Billy's up next. If I can find him. Here we go. Classic pose. Classic team. Leicester. He's in their under-23s. Tall, right only, right winger, striker. He's already played a game in one of their cup competitions. And he's got 9s across the board. I'm really not sure. It must be a case where, depending on the position you've chosen, some of the other stats need to be slightly more well-rounded. Because if not, then I've really fucked Luke over with all those 7s. We've got David up next. He's chosen Scottish, contracted to Everton. Left-wing striker, the most common choice in the entire run, entire save file. Not playing any proper games so far. We've only got 2-3 people actually playing matches at the moment. Got James up next. He's chosen Dutch. James is the second person on the list with no real photographs of their younger self. So fuck you, James, for that as well. Please post more. He's at Crystal Palace. He's already played a cup game as well. Average rating of 6.4 out of 10. That is dog shit, James. Need to step it up. We've got Katz next. Nice Simpsons reference. He's at an Italian club, Napoli, and they have loaned him to Paxtakor. Okay, he's from Uzbekistan, and he is already one of their top players, having not played a single game in his life so far. I tell a lie, he's played 1. Katz is the sole beneficiary of my Photoshop skills until I realized that I do not have time for this. I'll just add regular photos. We're moving on to... We've got Mark up next. Or, sorry, not Mark. We've got Manuel Laber up next. Defensive and central midfield. Mexican, as you would have imagined. He's also at PSG. I assume he'll be loaned out soon enough. And then finally our second last player. We have got Owen Cook. Sorry, Owen, need to differentiate you. He is joined Monaco. Striker. Nothing too much to say. He's Croatian, emulating Sasha in real life. And then finally, those are the 16 people that have filled out the form. I have created one control player, Jackson Sugoi. He is English, contracted to Lincoln. The reason he is in the game is as a control, so that if you do not do better than this player, because his stats are all slightly less within the editor than everybody else's, then you have failed in your career, because he is objectively worse than everyone else. That's it for now. I'll get to simming the game. I'll post an Imager album on Facebook and down below so you can see everybody in your own time. To have a quick look at the very start of the save file, the most expensive player is Keith at 70 grand. The least expensive is John at 2.3k. And the player earning the most right now is Sasha at 2.5 grand. And the player earning the least is our control player Jackson Sugoi, but if we actually want to look, it is Owen, who's earning £0 per week on his loan contract, but earning 575 quid on his actual contract. So hopefully we can see these numbers start to rise very soon, or have some people crash and burn spectacularly.